Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for December 31, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, 68-year-old motorcyclist dies in St. Anne crash. A 68-year-old man has died as a result of injuries he sustained in a crash on Milford Road in Oterius, St. Anne on Friday. Dead is Everard Donor of Shaw Park, Oterius in the parish. Police reports are that about 9 a.m., Donor was riding a black Zunjeng motorcycle on the roadway when he made a turn onto the opposite section of the road and collided with a Daihatsu motor car. He was thrown from his motorcycle. The police were summoned, and on arrival, Donor was seen with multiple injuries and was taken to hospital where he died while being treated. Meanwhile, Janice Edwards, an alleged eyewitness to the crash, who said she knew Donor personally, expressed the sadness at his death. "It is so sad. I was driving behind him and saw when he stopped to talk to someone, then made a sudden turn into the oncoming car which hit him," she said. Edwards, who spoke with the news, said she has been recounting the tragic incident since it happened. "All I can see is him being flung into the air along with the bike. I am shaken up, traumatized, I can't function," Edwards said. The Oterius police are investigating the incident. Since the start of the year, some 421 people have been killed in road crashes. 43 of the deaths occurred in St. Anne. Man accused of robbing laptop from Portland home charged. A 34-year-old man has been accused of breaking into a home and assaulting a female resident before stealing a laptop in Cotton Tree District, Portland on December 20. Charged with burglary, larceny, and indecent assault is Patrick Charles, a laborer of Nelson Street in the parish. According to police reports, about 2:25 a.m., two women were at home when they were awakened by strange sounds. Charles reportedly assaulted one of the women in the process. An alarm was made and he exited through a window. The women later realized that their home was ransacked and a laptop valued at $100,000 was stolen. They reported the incident, and Charles was subsequently arrested and charged. Taxi operator shot dead in Linstead. A taxi operator was gunned down while loading his vehicle in Linstead, St. Catherine on Saturday night. He has been identified as 42-year-old Leon Peters of Commodore District in the parish. No motive has been established for the fatal shooting. The police are searching for his attacker. It is reported that about 6 p.m., Peters was loading his taxi in the town when he was approached by a man who shot him repeatedly. The injured man was taken to the Linstead Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Houses damaged during heavy rains, landslides in Fellowship, Portland. Several houses in Fellowship, Portland were severely damaged by fallen trees Sunday morning, leaving residents on edge. The damage arose from land slippages caused by heavy rains now affecting the island. One resident, Marlene Kessoon, is appealing for assistance with rebuilding efforts. A broken tree also fell and damaged the utility lines in the West Baptist Hill area, leading to the Port Antonio Hospital. A team from the Jamaica Public Service is now on location, working to clear power lines and restore electricity to the affected areas. Meanwhile, the full extent of the damage from the heavy rains that battered sections of Portland is still emerging. Jacqueline Cuthbert, a Fellowship resident, told the news that she was displaced after her house was inundated by mud from a landslide. Damage to roads as well as crops and livestock losses were incurred during the torrential rains.
From about 11:30, I feel like an earthquake. From that I don't drop asleep. And be there until 3 o'clock. I hear something drop on the house, I ball out, and the son come round and say, then him realize now, say, he said to him, say, is a tree come down from the house now? And from there, up, lot them broke, water come down, and I want to see outside. May I look like a zinc now, when I could have put back.
There are landslides right around the house, going down to the hill where I live, also across to where my son lives. It doesn't look like it is livable anymore. I removed the things from the house on Tuesday. Some of them are still outside because I have nowhere to put them. I have a temporary crutch for now. Not even a wall possible cannot save it.
What's the value of the house?
Millions.
if there should be any assistance in terms of replacement and all of that, would you accept that?
Yes.
How can persons get in contact with you?
561-0990-502-5301.
Fishers cry out against the exorbitant fees. Fishers in Alligator Pond, Manchester, are protesting what they say are exorbitant fines being imposed on them in court for fishing on an expired fishing license. Derval Seeley Jr. and his father Derval were summoned to the Manchester Parish Court on December 6 for the breaches and were fined $350,000 and $200,000 respectively. The fines are to be paid on January 3 when they are scheduled to return to court. Mr. Seeley told the news that he's unable to pay the fine. In response, Reverend Paul Blake, Junior Shadow spokesman on agriculture and fisheries, has noted that 5 years ago the fine for such breaches was $100. The fine was increased in 2018 to $10,000 to $15,000 depending on the breach. According to Mr. Blake, the fines in this case are unjust, and he's urging the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries to intervene.
I got court, they charge me $350,000 for my fisherman license, say expire. They never hold me with anything in the boat. They hold me up on sand right here, so they hold me. Right back at Aswell Seafood Restaurant, they hold me. Me and my father.
Yeah, I come from see me and my son, and then charge me 200,000. I charge him 350,000, right? Him just M22, 23, right? Which part him to get that period money? 350,000, right? Is 1 year. I never work 100,000 here.
Man.
Right? So we are going to court the 3rd of January.
Yes.
So I spent 200,000. So that's all I can do is put my bag and just come with my bag.
This one justice, man.
Right.
Now, where you have a fisherman who is not working $100,000 per year is being charged and fined by this government and the system that is around. $350,000 for a 23-year-old and $200,000 for his father. And where you have other such crime just for not having a license or an expired license that have been expired, $350,000, $250,000. Another family charge the same or even more. We're calling on the government, we're calling on the Minister of Fisheries to step in and to intervene, ease the pressure on the fisher folks here in Alligator Pond.
More teacher migration expected, says JTA. The Jamaica Teachers Association is predicting that more teachers will exit the classroom for jobs overseas in the coming months. The Ministry of Education had reported that 854 teachers tendered their resignation from January to September this year. JTA President Lyndon Johnson has now revealed overseas recruiters are again here interviewing teachers to fill vacancies in their jurisdictions.
It is no secret that recruiters continue to be active and our teachers continue to access opportunities to teach in overseas jurisdictions. Some teachers have completed the recruitment process between the periods of September to December and have either gone already or are making preparations to leave in the first week of January. We are unable at this time to indicate the impact this will have on the system, coupled with the vacancies that will be created by teachers who will proceed on leave effective January 1, 2024. The range of policy extensions made available by the Ministry of Education assisted to some extent in reducing the impact of the teacher migration over the last term. However, we are aware that there are several schools that were unable to fill critical vacancies in subject disciplines during the first term. We will continue to monitor this situation to ensure as best as possible our schools remain effective and efficient, and our teachers who remain in the system are not overworked or burdened to carry timetables for individuals whose vacancies have not been filled.